Here we are again with another Twitter chat. Tonight we're going to be doing a almost a Caribbean po' boy. We've got some pork, some scallions, bacon, and orange soda for the ingredients for this week. To that, I'm adding all this right here. What it's going to be is we're going to have a pork sandwich, and then I'm going to have black beans and rice to go along with it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to make a sofrito. Part of that is going to be with some peppers. I've got a ancho and a chili de árbol. I cheated when I cooked the beans off. I actually cooked the peppers off with them, so I flavored the beans and got the peppers ready to go. Now I'm also going to take this jalapeno and I'm going to de-seed it, mainly because that's just a little bit more heat than we need. And this one does not want to cut for nothing. Like so. So yeah, we're still going to have the heat from the pepper, but it's not going to be a huge heat that's going on in it. I'm not going to worry about cutting this down too much because I'm going to actually run this sauce through a blender after it's cooked off. So that's ready, these are ready, and this is ready. So we come over to the pan, oil it up a little bit, get some of this green onion going. Jalapeno. Some regular onion. A little bit of garlic. And the other pepper. We're going to let this cook for a minute. And then we're going to add the tomatoes to it. And once everything is cooked down, that is when we will add the cilantro to it, just before we blend it. We don't want to cook the cilantro too soon because we'll lose that flavor. We want to add that in a little bit later where it's ready to go. Probably right around the time I deglaze with the orange soda and a little bit of lime. So we're going to let this go for a minute. And if our pan is ready, we're going to start our rice. Okay, we're going to go into the rice now, so we spray up the pan a little bit. I'm doing basically a peel-off, so I'm going to cooking a little bit of veg with the rice. So I'm throwing in the onion. I have a little bit of those peppers left. Throw those in there, like so. And finally some garlic. Let those cook for a minute. After that I will add in the rice. Alright, and as we're looking at that, this right here is now ready for the tomato. And sofrito basically is like almost like a cooked salsa, where the tomato ends up making it the sauce, or makes it a little more saucy. But I'm going to go on a little variation on it, make it a little different. But for the most part, all the elements that you would think of, you would expect from like a pico de gallo, are in there. Okay, the onions are ready, so I'm going to add in the rice. And I'm going to add in the chopped bacon. Because yeah, I chopped the bacon when nobody was looking. We'll let this cook up for a minute before I add in the water to finish it off. Hot. Pans, they get hot. Come over here and give this a little bit of a stir. I don't know if you can get this in the camera, but yeah, it's kind of what the sofrito's looking at right now. I'm going to let it cook for a little bit, let it cook down, let all that break down and get a little bit juicy and all that. And that's when I'm going to blend it. Okay, rice is ready. I'm adding the water to it now. We're going to let that come up to a boil, and then we're going to cover it for about 20 minutes. And right now where I'm at on the sofrito is I am adding in some orange soda, like so. About a quarter of it at least. It spreads out kind of nice. And I'm going to add in some lime juice. Like so. Mix this up really good. Now, I want the liquids in this to reduce somewhat before I finish it off. So I'm going to let it go just like it is. See where we are with it. See if it's something crazy. It'll work. Alright, so we let that go. This isn't doing anything. So now we can move on to something else. Something we can do over here is we can start getting the pork ready for the sandwiches. So we're going to slice it up. I'm going to go kind of off like this. Now the nice thing about this is you can use this as like a leftover. Say you have some extra pork chops. You don't know what you want to do with them. There you go. Slice them up and actually make sandwiches. Okay, the sauce has started to thicken pretty good, so now we're going to add in our cilantro. We're going to let that cook for just a brief moment. Get that mixed in real good. It won't take long. Yeah. Okay. Rice is going. It's got about less than 20 minutes now, about 18 or so. This is going to go for a second, and once this is done, we're going to blend it up and be ready to start putting those together. Okay, got our bread ready to go. We're going to take some of the sofrito and spread that on. Nice good dollop. From there, I'm going to load up some pork. Add on a little cheese. Then these will go in the oven for about 5 to 10 minutes. You want the cheese to melt mostly. Warm it up a little bit. Alright, let's look at the sandwiches. Oh yeah. So we pull those out like so. Now to finish these off, we hope they don't stick too much to the tin foil. Go over here. I like a little mayo on my sandwich. So we have the mayo on the sandwich. I'm going to add some pickles. Yeah. A little fresh onion. po' boy is now done. Now, we just heard it go off. Sounds like the rice is actually going to be ready to go. Okay, yep, we popped the lid on the rice. It actually looks really good right now, so we're going to dump it in this bowl right here. Finish this off. There. Come back over here. Add in some black beans, some cilantro, and of course some lime. And finally a little bit of salt. Just mix this real quick. Aha, we're flying everywhere. And plop that. There you go.